Hey everybody, it's Sunday, and I just wanted to share my quick, delicious cornbread stuffing. I'm only gonna make a small pan because I'll probably be the only one that eats it. Well, me and my mama. But anyway, I wanted to share the recipe because it's so easy, nothing hard about it. Really easy and it's really good. So I will tell you the ingredients that we have. We have, of course, the cooked cornbread, chicken broth, a can of cream of celery, chopped celery because I'm going to saute that in some butter. There is a pepper blend, parsley. Right there is some garlic powder. And of course, please do not forget your sage. So in these bowls right here, the spices is about maybe a teaspoon of each. You can add more or less because guess what? It's your food. Butter, and of course, my secret ingredient for almost everything. It's only $1 at Kroger's. Y'all know I love this stuff. So this is also going in my dressing, just to give it a bit more flavor. I'm not going to put any sausage or chicken or anything like that in it today. But if you use this recipe, then you can feel free to add what you want. Okay, so we are sauteing the vegetables. Sorry for Chucky's voice in the background. We are sauteing the vegetables for the dressing, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so after you saute the veggies, I don't like chunky veggies in my dressing, so I normally put it in a blender, and I like just puree them a little bit because I don't like biting into big old chunks of veggies. So that's what we're going to do right now. So as you can see, you have the celery, the peppers, and the onions in a puree, which should give you a little bit more liquid in your dressing. Okay, so we're adding approximately 2 tablespoons of butter, a teaspoon of parsley, a teaspoon of pepper, a teaspoon of sage, and a teaspoon of garlic powder. And then we're going to add our puree. And remember, the way that your dressing goes in is the way that it's going to come out. So you want to make sure that you have plenty of liquid to keep it moist. And we're going to add more butter to this recipe. I don't have an alternative recipe because my family likes butter. We're going to add a can of celery soup, and then we're going to add a can of water equal to the amount of soup. And then last but not least, we're going to add our 2 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth, and we're going to mix that. So we've added our can of water that was equal to the amount of the soup. And we're going to add our chicken broth, and we're going to mix that. And then we're going to add the other half. And remember, it's okay if it's a little moist because you want it to be. When you put it in the oven, it's going to kind of evaporate all that liquid anyway. So this is just kind of like a quick, really good Sunday stuffing, cornbread stuffing. Like I said, don't worry about it being too liquidy. You want it to be moist. Now the crumbs in here, I did like breadcrumbs and cornbread. 2 boxes of Jiffy and about an additional cup of breadcrumbs. So right here, I think I'm going to stop right there. So the stuffing is mixed, and please note that you always want to make sure that you have more than enough. We have more than enough chicken stock. So this is the consistency that you want. If we add any more of this, then it's going to be too soupy. So let's go ahead and reduce that chicken stock down to 1 cup. And like I said, I used 2 boxes of Jiffy for this stuffing. So now that you have it all mixed, please taste your dressing so you can know whether or not you need to add a little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. I did add additional pepper and additional salt to mine. Pretty much the way that it tastes is the way that it's going to taste when it comes out. So I don't like doing dishes. I am going to put this back in the pan that I made the cornbread in. Perfectly fine. That was the only thing that was in there. Make sure that you spread that around to get it even. I'm going to hit it just to get out any air bubbles and just kind of even it out a little bit more. I am going to just pat this with a couple of slices of butter because I like butter in my cornbread and I'm a dressing. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to cover this and let it cook for about 35-45 minutes, covered in foil. And then we'll take it off and let it cook some additional time until it's nice, golden brown and crispy. Not really crispy, but like kind of crunchy on the top. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll come back when it's done so I can show you the finished product. Alright, y'all. So this is the last of the stuffing videos for today. And I just took this out of the oven. And I wanted you guys to see, if I can get a close-up, that crispy edge. And it's kind of like golden brown all around. Edges are crispy. But I want you to see, here's my fork right here, so I'm going to scoot back a little bit. I want you to see how moist it is. See that? And it's not wet. Just how moist it is on the inside. And that top is crispy, but it's super hot. So what you can do is you can add a little bit more butter on the top if you want to. And as you can see on the fork, once you start to fluff it, and once it cools down a little bit, it's going to be super moist. But your edges give you like that little, it's baked on the top, kind of crispy. So this is going to be super good, super moist. Once it cools, I really want some right now. So this type of dressing right here, you can add a meat to it and you would have basically like a meal. Because once that flaps, it's going to be awesome. So good. So moist. So I'm going to let that cool and come back and taste it. Of course, I already know because I make it all the time. But it's going to be really good. I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you. Try this recipe. Make sure that you only cook it to where it's golden brown on the top. If you want, you can add more butter on the top if you want to. And that's pretty much it. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thank you for watching. I surely, surely appreciate you. Happy eating.